Okay. Seniors, be seated. Mr. Carlton, Dr. Long, faculty, families, friends, students, and most importantly, graduates. Today, May 21st, 2022, I have the distinct pleasure of welcoming you all to the graduation of Cornerstone Academy High School's first ever senior class. I have worked with this group of students for 3 years now and could not be more impressed with how far they have come. From their first homeroom at the annex, rather discouragingly nicknamed the dungeon, through a global pandemic, virtual and hybrid learning, and some of the worst cases of senioritis I have ever seen in my life. They have persevered. Throughout all the adversity that the last 4 years have thrown at them, they have remained strong, determined, and resilient, have weathered the storms of difficult math classes and difficult science classes, changing faculty, changing buildings, and even college classes, and they have emerged better, wiser, and more prepared to meet the challenges of a very challenging world. And throughout it all, they have stayed drippy. For the record, that was already in my speech before you started harassing me this morning. I got you. Okay, these students have had their struggles and their victories, but now here at the end of their tenure at our school, they are each graduating and preparing to move on to the next chapters of their lives. They have made choices for pursuing careers or taking gap years. They have gotten into colleges and universities, have been awarded scholarships and grants, and have all made wise, mature, thoughtful decisions about where their next paths will take them. They are, as a group, the most courageous, polite, thoughtful, charming, and hilarious class I have ever had the pleasure to work with in 20 plus years of teaching. They are a family. They look after each other, and I have no doubt they will continue to do so for many years to come, despite their disparate destinations after graduation. They are the perfect first class to graduate from our school, laying a sturdy foundation, a cornerstone, if you will, upon which all future classes shall build. And on that note, and before I get too emotional because the Kleenex are about to break out, I will now invite our principal, Mr. Carlton, to the podium to speak.
Before I get started, please help me thank Dr. Laura Reinhardt Peters for all she has done and continues to do for everyone. I do it all for the frown. Parents, let's talk. The homework is done. Assessments, so many assessments are taken. And the grades are in. Teachers, we can all breathe a sigh of relief. Congratulations, parents. You've done it. You've raised a high school graduate. Give yourselves a pat on the back. So a lot of you are probably asking, so now what? So I put together a little post-high schooler parent options guide for you. These are some things that I've thought about myself, as I have two that are in high school now. First thing that comes to my mind is you could push them right out of the house and make good on all those remodeling plans that you've always dreamt of having, like a man cave or an office or a pool table or etc. So that means, guys, the room is gone as soon as you are. Oh, somebody's already thinking about it. Next, you can pick up a new hobby, or you can actually reclaim an old one that you finally are going to have time to do. You could start fresh, like some of us, and you can have another baby. You can see just how much things have changed in the last 18 years. Yeah, considerably. For those of you that don't know, I've got a 16-year-old almost, a 14-year-old almost, and a 1-year-old. Yes, thank you, thank you. Or you could do like a lot of parents might do, is you could sit around in an empty house, reminiscing about diapers, 2 a.m. feedings, broken shoestrings, scraped knees, daddies, mommies. Eat a pint of ice cream and just weep. But yes, you can choose any of these options. Just remember that they do still need you. Although it does seem like they can conquer the world all on their own. So let's talk about those things that they have going for them. This class is very self-aware. Thanks to their dedicated teachers. Okay, is that my cue? Is that the hook? Thanks to their dedicated teachers, the one and only Dr. Laura Reinhardt Peters, the in-college and career experts, right there in the back, please raise your hand. Excellent partners that we have. Each one of them is aware of their greatest skill set and what they can do to build upon those skills. They know how to market themselves, fill out job applications, and create a resume that says to an employer, I'm your best option. However, what I find most impressive, that they also know their limitations. I didn't know that when I was their age. They will be the first to tell you if something is not their thing, or if they're not interested in a certain career path, not because they've tried every career option or explored every possible path, but because they just don't waste time on what they don't see as a future for themselves. This maturity, this clarity of thinking, this focus has earned them over $2 million in scholarship funds. The world is going to see them as a breath of fresh air, and it's going to heap success upon them like they've never seen before. They will need you to keep them focused and to keep them grounded. This class is resourceful. Never has a class of students ever had such an advantage on the world they're diving into. Any questions they can and will have can freely be found on the internet on any mobile device. The knowledge of millions of professors, doctors, and scholars can be theirs with the search of a Google search or any other search engine that's out there. Things that we all wish we had when we were in school. They know how to consider the source, write papers in MLA, Chicago, and many other styles, and even know where to find free apps that'll check their papers over for spelling, grammar, voice, language. How do they have all that and possibly fail? These avenues to knowledge can be both a blessing and a curse. It is so very tempting to let all of those other things do the work for you. But in doing that, the learning process would be lost. Trust that they know right from wrong, but they will need you to check up on them and keep them honest. Lastly, this class, as Dr. Reinert said, is a family. Some of them have been in school together for over 10 years. They know each other's passions and fears and hopes and dreams. They encourage each other, correct each other. Those can get quite fun. They support each other and truly do enjoy each other's company. Some of them will be emotional today, but not because they're scared of what's to come, but because they fear not seeing each other every day as they've grown accustomed to. They will need your help to be brave and to brave these new waters, meet new people, and make the time to stay connected to each other. They'll need you for a shoulder to cry on and to help them learn that it's okay not to be the best at everything. Help them to know that it's in our failures that we are defined and not our successes. Parents, thank you for trusting Cornerstone Academy with the education of these 15 self-aware and resourceful students. Don't ever let yourself think that they don't need you anymore. As you can see, they need you right now as much as ever. We are so very proud of them and honored to have worked alongside you to help make them who they are today. Graduates, students, please join me in acknowledging your parents for all of their love and dedication. And now it is truly my honor to present today's keynote speaker. She came to Cornerstone as a music teacher, which are the best people. That's right. but soon became its academic leader, its hero. Now, the Senior Vice President of Operations for Excel Schools and our superintendent, please help me in welcoming Dr. Natalie Long.
It was almost a year ago now. I was actually on summer vacation, and I was with my family. So we'd stopped at this roadside fruit market, and my phone rings. It's Mr. Carlton. I thought, oh gosh, there must be an emergency or something going on at the school. And he says, our graduation committee would like to ask if you would serve as our keynote speaker at our very first Cornerstone Academy graduation. And I was so excited. I drew all kinds of attention to myself. People stopped buying their fruit and looked at me like, what just happened? I knocked over a basket of tomatoes. No kidding. I bought the tomatoes. But to say that I am honored to be here today is quite the understatement. I am so excited to share in this moment, this monumental moment for students, this big step in your life, but for this huge milestone in the history of Cornerstone Academy. So to the administration and graduation committee, thank you for having me. I remember it was 2009, and just like we did every year, Miss McHugh and I were in the lobby setting up for kindergarten registration. And your little 4-year-old selves, almost 5, came bounding in, ready to take a test. And we thought to ourselves as we were hanging the little banner that said Class of 2022 at our miniature photo booth. And I remember thinking, gosh, that seems so far away, almost unrealistic. But here we are. We're here today. I would be remiss if I go on without first acknowledging the true cornerstone of our academy, the man behind the original vision, is our founding board member, our founding board director, Mr. Pete Shears, who's with us today. Mr. Shears, could you please stand? Mr. Shears has given more time than any of us in this room, even those of us that have been here for many, many years, to the success of our school. We thank you, sir. Mr. Carlton spoke to parents. Today I want to speak to our graduates. We planned that, right? We did. Whether you've been a part of our Wolfpack for 13 years or 13 months, you know full well how we've grown. Growing is what we do. We've grown our spaces, bodies, and minds. Let's talk about how we've grown our spaces. Cornerstone has grown from 80 students to now 1,000 students since opening in 2007. We launched the school with just a few modular classrooms before building our main campus in 2009. In 2013, we added a 10-classroom wing to the original building. That's the purple hallway. When we filled that wing with students, we added a modular building, and then 2 more modular buildings, and we still grew. So we added a second location, the annex, and we've added another modular building, and we're still growing. So we're moving down the road to a much larger space for next year. And history tells us that we will soon outgrow that space. And next week, we will close on a 15-acre parcel located at the corner of 605 and New Albany Road. At this location, we will achieve our ultimate goal of a brand new, beautiful campus for our future middle and high school students. My, how we've grown. Growing bodies. We watched our 2009 Wolf Cubs in their 2 big backpacks and untied shoes grow into tall, strong, and intelligent young adults. Many of you surpassed me in height somewhere around 5th grade. Your faces have lost the baby fat. They added freckles. They survived the acne phase. Began developing these adult-like features. Those same faces wore thousands of smiles, tears, belly laughs as we've grown together. My, how you've grown. We've also grown our minds. If you recall your first exam at kindergarten registration, you were asked to tell us your name, count to 10, and say your ABCs. Some of you told us your name was Bubby or Sissy. Most could count to 3, and some knew all of your ABCs. And now you're earning $2 million worth of scholarships because institutions want you to be part of their collegiate programs. My, how you've grown. Not only have our students grown their minds academically, but we, Cornerstone Academy, has grown as an organization, one that has become more keenly aware of the beauty and the rich and diverse cultures representing our community. As our society evolves toward equity and inclusion, Cornerstone has also evolved. I remember a conversation many years ago when a mother of a student kindly yet boldly pointed out that our behavior color chart represented black as the lowest, least desirable color. Black meant bad, according to that chart. This caring mama didn't want her baby boy to associate his skin color with poor behavior. Thank goodness she spoke up. Her courage prompted quick change, but more importantly, ignited reflection around other unintentional and implicit biases that existed within our community. My, how we've grown. Graduates, along this 13-year journey, as your body has grown, your mind has grown, we have grown. You've experienced triumphs and challenges, highs and lows, achievements and failures, all of which are a part of the learning process. Some challenges were expected and even planned. Others caught you by surprise. In fact, some caught us all by surprise. Who could have predicted that a worldwide pandemic would be a large part of your high school experience? You have grown, and we have grown. You have grown to the point where you have outgrown Cornerstone Academy. It is not with sadness, but with great pride and excitement that we celebrate you today. As you move with purpose toward your future, I wish that you will continue to experience triumphs and challenges, achievements and failures, for it's those highs and lows that shape your character and shape our world. It's those highs and lows that grow us into caring, loving, and impactful humans. Graduates, never stop growing. Grow your spaces and grow your minds. Never stop going. Go see places. Go do things. Go make a difference. Go with purpose and go with confidence. Thank you.
And now our senior class selected 3 among them to speak on their behalf. So the first of these is Mana Ahmed.
One of the worst feelings in high school is feeling like you're not doing enough. It's hard when you're given huge loads of responsibility and you don't know whether or not you're ready for it. That's a feeling that has become too familiar to me all throughout high school, but it's obviously something that I've overcome since I am standing here today and no longer a high school student. The pandemic hit everybody hard, including me. I don't think anybody took still. There's nobody to push you to finish your work when you're behind a screen. I personally believe that in the end, things always turn out the way they were meant to. Even after all our struggles, we have all made it to wherever we need to be. We are all headed off to our future plans, and that is because we made it through all the difficult challenges these past years. One specific thing I struggled with throughout high school is procrastination. I found myself slipping several times, and my workload continued to pile up until I felt like I was drowning with no way out. Helplessness is a painful feeling because often the solution isn't clear. But one thing I've taught myself to understand this past year is that there is always a solution. Even if it isn't exactly staring back at you, the people who helped me get here were my teachers, administration, parents, and friends. Without you guys giving me motivation and pushing me, I wouldn't be here today. Thank you. And now I would like to invite my fellow graduate, Saeed Ali Abdi.
First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for being able to make it out here to our graduation. Now that we're here, it's actually crazy to see how far we've come as students and as people. And it's nice to see how far we're going to go as graduates. I want to thank the principal, Mr. Carlson, the director of academics, Dr. R, Dr. Long, and Ms. McHugh, and the teachers that have developed this group of graduates throughout the years. I want to thank Dr. Long for starting the school law all those years ago. And I want to thank Ms. McHugh for working behind the scenes and having our backs through it all. On the front end of things, I want to thank Mr. Carlton and Dr. R for everything that they've done for us and all the support that you've been giving us throughout the high school to college process and just getting us to this point. So, thank you. I want to give a special thanks to the mothers, fathers, and guardians that have helped foster and nurture this group of graduates and help them grow into strong, smart, and exemplary men and women. I want to thank you for getting them to this point in their lives. I want to thank y'all for clearing the path and paving the road for us. On a personal note, I want to give a special thanks to my own mom for everything that you've done for me and the family. I wouldn't be here without you. Every single sacrifice, every decision, every single step forward. You've done a great job, Wallahi. I'm not gonna cry. Not to my fellow graduates. Not to my fellow graduates. The so-called Corona generation, the iPad generation, the Say Wallahi generation. With Corona and with it bringing a seemingly never-ending thunderstorm of online days, the graduating class of 2022 has shown their strength and flexibility to overcome these challenges. Having to endure the last 3 years has equipped you all with great skills and abilities, and will come in great use in due time. And to any obstacles that you may encounter in the future, I know that you overcome it, and y'all just kill it, honestly. Last night, a couple nights ago, I wrote this speech a while back. I was talking to someone about this speech, and they asked me the never-aging question: if you could describe them in one word, what would it be? In classic Saudi fashion, I laughed, and then I said, fearless. Out of all the people that I've met in the last couple of years, y'all are the most fearless out of the bunch. Fearless enough to speak your own mind about any topic, whether it be a sensitive one, critical one, or a very, very weird one. Fearless enough to input your opinion into anything without the thought of consequence. And in this day and age, it's very hard to find people like that. I want to thank y'all for the conversations that we've had in second period math, and that somehow bled into third period ELA. Thank y'all for making this last year absolutely unforgettable, and for being great humans, quite honestly. Thanks. And now I'd like to welcome my dear friend David Annie to the stage.
You two really had to show me up like that. Jeez. Okay. Well, I'm thankful to have the privilege today to deliver this address for the incredible student body, the people that we went through the last few years with. I gotta be real when I say making this speech was one of the harder parts of this last few months. Not because of like procrastination or senioritis or staying up until 2 a.m. on our devices, obviously, but also because of everything leading up to where we are right now. The last 12 months, or the last 12 years or so that we've traveled through, and the 4 years that we're about to check off right now. The feeling of this all being over just hit like a few days ago, honestly. Never again being able to see the school, the teachers, or online classes, any of you that we have to take as well. We've had to go through a lot together these past 2 years, a global pandemic that still affects our day-to-day lives. Some of us were online, and that was the first time being at the school in a way for some of us, having to repeat ourselves on Zoom multiple times, our chaotic discourses in the chat. Most of us, our first introductions were like our foreheads. It was crazy. The joke of like a third world war, where like most of the world leaders were acting like our age group. The only difference being that we don't have regular access to like new. But not everything goes on forever. Things change, of course. All of us are prime examples of that. Like, there are pictures of some of us going into this completely with bare faces, and now, like, some of us have full beards and sideburns, and it just kind of came out of nowhere, to be honest. Or those who look like middle school children at the start, only to turn into legitimate, like, giants and full-grown adults, as well, I mean, at least some of us. And for those who have been our caretakers, they've probably seen this the most throughout the past 2 years. And just like ourselves, our paths are going in different directions. Going back to writing the speech, it honestly just hit a few days ago that after the trip to Cincinnati, that this is the last time we might ever see each other, or like the last classes we'd ever have. And I'm not sure if anyone else felt the same way. I hope they did. But when we came back and got off the bus, I thought it couldn't leave my head that this was the last time, and that our high school journey would be meeting its end. Yet, as I say it, this isn't just the end. Each of us have the potential of a bright future ahead of all of you, and some doctors, nurses, graphic designers, world conquerors, you know who you are. Even though we're leaving high school, the knowledge and experiences we gained, especially through overcoming hardships along the way, can come with us as well, for better and for whatever's ahead. Hopefully for some of us, it's the memories we keep as well. And now I'd like to invite Mr. Carlton to the podium to begin awarding of the diplomas.
And now is the moment that we've all been waiting for. I will ask that the first row of graduates please stand. When I call your name, please come up to the stage to receive your diploma. Just want to relish this moment and also keep you in suspense. Saeed Ali Abdi. Each one of these is so special. Mana Abukar Ahmed. Tamu Ramatulai Algali. Jamari Alston. David Ofe Ani. Prince Benjamin Mamori Kamara. From our second row, Reese Lynn Christensen. Mariah Gabrielle Crockett. Hanan Ali Jama. Miriam Abdinasir Abdul Mohamud. Abdi Kadir Abdirahman Mursal. Salma Ahmed Negi. Mohammed Abdi Yusuf. And in absentia today, we also congratulate Alexis Winkle for graduating. Please join me in congratulating Cornerstone's first ever graduating class. And now please enjoy this video prepared by our senior class with the help of our band director, Miss Erin Page.
I downloaded it just in case.
About the bands. I was thinking about the bands. We were underground, loading merch in that 12-passenger van in a small club in Minnesota. And the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name in the star.
Somebody would have told me, babe. If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we are called to help our friends in need. You can't find me like 1, 2, 3. I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you. You'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do. Oh yeah. Ooh. I'll sing a song.
I would now like to invite Tamu Al-Ghali to the stage to lead our graduates in the turning of the tassels.
And now, my fellow graduates, please stand. Join me in turning our tassels from the right to the left. Yay! Congratulations, class of 2022.
Dr. Long, faculty and staff, honored parents and guests. By the responsibility entrusted to me by our governing board, Excel Schools, and the Ohio Department of Education, I hereby acknowledge that all of the students present in this senior class have fulfilled the requirements for graduation from Cornerstone High School in Columbus, Ohio, this 21st of May, 2022. With this knowledge, I now declare that they are high school graduates. Congratulations, class of 2022. A special thanks to the American Legion for this hall. A special thanks to Dr. Long for being here. Also to all of the parents, again, for all that you have done. A special thanks to Erin Page and her husband. A special thanks to Miss Murphy. A special thanks to so many people that are in that kitchen right now, making sure everything is ready to go. You can't hide. You know who you are. So what we ask is parents and graduates, please join us for a reception right after this ceremony. You've done it.
My mama calls, sitting on TV, sunset done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was born, they said I wouldn't do nothing. Now they say congratulations. Worked so hard, I had 2 vacations.